Jacqueline, and I felt compelled to make this video because I am a 28-year-old girl living with Lyme disease and have gone through a whole bunch of trial and errors trying to figure out how to mitigate it, how to manage it, trying to figure out what it was. And I just want to share my story about me and Lyme disease and how I've been able to handle it, because a lot of people are figuring out that that's what they have been diagnosed with, and it's hard, and our doctors aren't giving us practical ways to actually help manage the symptoms of Lyme disease. And I am, again, just sharing my trial and errors of how I was able to get to a pretty happy state. I have a lot of energy now. I don't wake up in a brain fog anymore. I am no longer anxious. I feel 100 times better than I used to. So I want to just get through and tell you my story. So I can say right now that growing up, if you knew me, you knew I napped a lot. Like, my parents thought I was on drugs because I would nap after school and be so tired, and they never understood why. And so I'm from Pennsylvania, and that's a very prominent spot for Lyme disease and ticks and all that sorts of stuff. So it's very possible that I've had it for over a decade, but I don't know. I can't pinpoint a time where I had a tick bite, saw the red spot, or whatever. So I've been living with this, I think, for a while. But so nothing ever really became too serious besides my napping until about when I think I was 25. And so there was a situation where I had to be on antibiotics a lot for personal reasons. And I remember about a month later, probably because my immune system was shot, because antibiotics, news alert, washes out not only the bad bacteria, but the good bacteria that fights off that bacteria in your body. So anyway, I think my body just kind of went kaput, and I started getting all these weird symptoms where I would be so lethargic. I had a headache going right over here for over 6 months. I was stiff, my joints hurt, and that led me to become anxious because no doctor could tell me what was wrong with me. I went to the ER 3 times, had CAT scans, MRIs, MRAs, brain scans, everything. And it was coming back, negative, or in a good way. They found nothing. And I was even tested for Lyme disease 2 times, and it came back negative. I was so frustrated, and beyond the physical stuff that I was feeling, my mental state was at an all-time low. I was so anxious, frustrated that no one could tell me what was wrong with me, that I felt this way, that I might never know what it meant to feel normal again, to be able to work out again. I mean, I'm a health and fitness coach, for Christ's sakes. I could not even begin to tell you how bad that was compared to the physical stuff that I was feeling too. I knew I needed to do something out of the Western medicine realm. And that's when I decided to pay out of pocket and go to a kinesiologist, which is technically they do chiropractic stuff and whatever, and pay out of pocket for some tests that a regular doctor or my health insurance wouldn't cover. So I went to this great doctor in the town where I live, and he did a whole bunch of different tests on me, and one was a Western blot test. And a Western blot test will tell you if you have a tick-borne illness. So apparently there's many strains of tick-borne illnesses that can mimic Lyme disease, and you have the same symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, headache, brain fog, all that stuff. But if you get tested for Lyme's, it doesn't come up like that. So number one was getting tested for via the Western blot test. And it came up that I had a strain called anaplasmosis. And it's a tick that's very prominent in the Chester County, Pennsylvania area. So I got confirmation that I had that, which was a great feeling just to have an answer. Besides that, I just want to notate that I had 1,000,000 tests done with my doctors for my vitamins, my blood levels, all that stuff. And when I went to this other doctor and they did more specific tests on me, it showed that my vitamin levels were depleted and my brain chemicals were like out of whack. So just question and think outside the box when, you're not getting many answers from your usual doctor. So anyway, he sent me to a tick-borne or a tick doctor in the area, and he suggested antibiotics. I'm going to be honest, the antibiotics, I did them for 30 days, and it really didn't feel like it did anything for me. Again, probably because I've been living with this tick-borne illness for a long time. So again, I did my research, and the internet is a crazy thing. It can be so great because you can find maybe someone who's going through what you're going through. Like maybe you're finding this video on the internet and you relate to me and whatever, but it can also be a super dark place, where you find yourself WebMDing every symptom you're feeling and basically you think you're gonna die. So take it with a grain of salt. I swear this is a happy, uplifting thing that has worked for me. So this is one of the good things you'll find on the internet. So anyway, I had a friend, I'd been posting about my journey because my profession is health and fitness, online sharing on social media. And so a friend of mine had tagged me in a post by a girl on Instagram named Organic Olivia. And I very much recommend, she knows her shit, following her on Instagram. But she is a big proponent of parasite cleanses. And I had never heard of a parasite cleanse before. When I think of that, I think of like a bug coming out of my butt or something. I don't know. But it wasn't something I had ever crossed my mind, especially, in this situation I was in. But when desperate times come for desperate measures and your mentality is at an all-time low and you're willing to be open to anything, some good things can happen. So I was open and was just reading a lot of her blog posts. She has a great website with tons of blog posts about parasite cleanses and Chinese medicine and all that fun stuff. And so I started following her, and she had mentioned her first parasite cleanse and what she did. And it was a parasite cleanse by Dr. Clark. And it's just like a 17-day cleanse that when you take supplements, you don't have to change anything else about your diet or your lifestyle. It's just something that like anyone can do. So I was like, okay, I'll try this out. And so I ordered the Dr. Clark's Parasite Cleanse. Now, this Organic Olivia chick, she now has her own parasite cleanses, but I personally haven't tried them yet because these parasite cleanses, hallelujah, have been working for me for the past several years. So the Parasite Cleanse. It is a 17-day program, and it comes with 3 different supplements: cloves, walnut hull, and a Super W blend. So I know nothing about this type of amazingness, but basically they're all ingredients that come from the earth, and they're in a freeze-dried, capsule, and you take them just like you would a supplement or whatever, and it's all from the earth, so it can't hurt you. So even if you didn't have Lyme disease, maybe you're just feeling a little tired or lethargic, this can help you. And the Parasite Cleanse is designed to kill parasite at any stage in their life. So whether it's an egg, a mature one, whatever it is. And so the thing about parasites and what I've learned, I don't know everything about it. I just know what I know. But we encounter them all the time through food, through water, through travel, through day-to-day life, through germs, whatever. We all have parasites, and you don't have to be scared of it because there are supplements made from the earth to help us combat them. So I did this 17-day cleanse, and it comes with a calendar, and it tells you exactly how many pills of each supplement to take, at what time of day, and whatever. And it's super easy to follow, and the Dr. Clark site itself is super informative about parasite cleanses. So I'll make sure to notate that in the comments below so that you have a reference point. But anyway, I followed it. Again, up until this point, headache every day, no energy, all that fun stuff. About a week and a half to 2 weeks, it's got to work its magic after 25 years of not even cleansing myself of a parasite or anything like that. I'm sure it had a lot of work to do. But after about a week and a half or 2 weeks, my headaches started going away, which I can't tell you. I wasn't able to work. I was out of work. Thankfully, I work for my dad, so he let me do stuff from home. I hadn't worked out, which as a health and fitness professional, is mind-boggling. But my headaches started to disappear. And then the weirdest thing was that I got an enormous surge of energy. So that was amazing too. And that I found out was actually from the die-off of the parasites. They create a lot of like alertness and whatever. So I had like all this energy. Again, when you do this parasite cleanse, every person is different. Every person has encountered different things. Maybe it takes you a week to feel something happen. Maybe it takes you the whole 3 weeks of the cleanse. Maybe you have to do it longer. Who knows? But I stand behind this parasite cleanse for especially Lyme disease. I think everyone should do it. It cannot hurt you. So since doing that first round, they suggest on Dr. Clark's website that you do maintenance rounds. Because again, you're going to keep encountering parasites through food, water, travel, whatever. So you got to maintain your healthy biodome in your body. So up until so I recently moved cross country to Wyoming. But so up until that point, probably for a year and a half, I was doing maybe a monthly maintenance dosage of the parasite cleanse. So you just take like 7 capsules of each supplement. It's like a big dosage and it just kind of clears you out after that initial cleanse. So that was working great for me. I mean, like, again, I had my energy back. My anxiety went down. I was feeling more myself again. It was amazing. And so then I moved out here to Wyoming and I kind of just like stopped ordering my parasite cleanses. I was having, life was just happening, but I still felt great. And then not too recently, probably a month ago. So it had been probably 8 months. 7 to 8 months of me not taking my maintenance dosage of the parasite cleanse. And at the end of December, I got the flu and then a stomach virus all within like 2 weeks. And the flu really knocked me down. Like, I thought I was dying. And I started getting brain fog. And I legit felt like I was like high walking through a dream. I felt like I had no idea where I was. It was very anxiety ridden and frustrating. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I back here again? It took me back to that low mental state of where I was before I had found out about my Lyme disease. And so I was like, all right, well, I know ASAP I need to do a parasite cleanse like a full way through. And guys, I kid you not. So I was walking around with brain fog for like a week and a half, nearly who knows what. It was not a fun situation. But I finally got my parasite cleanse and within a week and a half. I did a high dosage type of cleanse just to get rid of everything and I was fine again. I have my mental clarity back. So just, I mean, like, that was a reaffirmation that this thing helps your mental clarity, your energy, and all that fun stuff. I cannot recommend it enough. So as far as Lyme disease goes, I highly recommend the parasite cleanse. Again, I will link it in the post below so that you have the information. It's only like $50 and then you can buy another like supply of it so that you can take the monthly dosage to keep the maintenance going. But I cannot recommend it enough. I didn't have to change my diet, which speaking of diet, I did want to mention that another thing that helped with my Lymes was eliminating dairy and meat. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, I love cheese, oh, I love meat, or I love bacon. And believe me, I'm not saying this because of animal rights. I mean, I love my animals and stuff, but I am saying that it's just a fact that this country that we're living in does not prepare or raise their meat responsibly, and you just don't know what you're eating. You don't. You can never be quite certain. There are labels that are fabricated. Like, it's just, all I can say is from my experience personally, ever since I cut out meat and dairy, my energy has been way up as well. But if you're not ready for that, I just ask you to either like maybe try it. Just try like cutting out a thing or two and see how you're feeling. Or maybe do the parasite cleanse first and see how you're feeling. And if that's still not like giving you enough progress, then eliminate some meat and dairy products. But I feel full of life when I am eating a plant-based diet. I do eat seafood time to time. Like, that does happen, but I can tell you I feel the difference when I do. So that's just something else that has helped me a lot, as well as the mentality aspect of all of this. In a world full of autoimmune diseases where we're not getting answers from our doctors, you need to keep your mentality right. For me, I have Jesus and a whole slew of a team behind me who has kept me positive, and another thing called personal development, which is reading or listening to audiobooks, podcasts that are going to inspire you and uplift you and keep you positive through this tough time. So whether that be religion or from a motivational speaker, whatever it is, you need to find something that is inspiring and motivating that keeps you mentally straight during this hard time. And, for me, I knew that God wouldn't put me through anything that I wasn't capable of handling, and that it's making a video like this and sharing my story with you and what's helped me. Hopefully I can help so many people, or if not only one person, by making this video and going through what I went through. Because I am on the other side. I feel great and I feel energetic and I have my life back after not feeling like that for 2 years. So parasite cleanse, try to eliminate meat and dairy, and personal development. And then that's what it is, people. So that's been my experience with Lyme disease and parasite cleanses and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I just want to let you know that hang in there. It is not easy. It is so hard. It is mentally exhausting. The anxiety, it's overwhelming. The depressive state is so hard to get out of. Believe me, I have been there. But what I can say is that having gone through it and being able to share this story with you, I'll never take my health for granted. I'll never take the ability to move for granted. So I hope that when you get out on the other side too, figuring out your story, that you never take any of those things for granted and that you share your story with someone else too. So I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, my email will be below. I am more than happy to help talk you through this, or just even for you to vent what's been happening. But please be open to a new idea of dealing with this terrible disease that I hope we find out more about. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks.